Hey y'all.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Sorry, let me turn this off. It's
No,
hot
it's,
up.
it's fine. It's your girl Sunny. I'm awake and alert, and I'm going to be responsive.
For sure.
Because I got in my bed and I was like, "Oh Lord, this I don't know. I don't know. I got to get up." And then Zay got my phone, so he must have turned my alarm off. I just happened to look at the time, like, let me. Oh crap!
Oh no, really? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. He doesn't respect the phone calls. Like he'll hang up on people. Like, oh, it went straight to voicemail. Because soon as it ring, he like get it out of here.
Right. He got other things to do. He like,
Yeah.
hey,
Don't
I'm trying to
nobody
put.
call me when they when like this be the time that people not this time, but when he has my phone, that's when people are calling me.
Oh,
Hey
for
dang.
sure. That's how it always goes.
Hey,
Right. Kids,
Kids always
I
got to
like
be
to
on the
add
phone.
to that.
what happened?
No, I just remember one of my life stories growing up. You get a little hair in your chest. Growing up in the house. No, my mom. I'm getting phone calls from my boys now, some girls, and my mom was like, "Got a phone call." I like, "Can you call her back? I'm on the phone right now." I'm like
Terrible.
12 years old. She's like, "Don't you ever?" She
Right.
like, "Don't you ever do that again? You don't pay no bills around this house."
Trying to get beat the F up.
He must have never got that threat that your mom threatened you, like she'll smack fire out you, and she brought you in the world to take you out.
Right.
We
Oh
couldn't
no,
even touch
I
the
think I
thermostat.
think he definitely
She
got
said it
that.
one time.
Yeah, he
We
definitely got
couldn't even
that.
touch the thermostat. Or I remember not being able to go into the refrigerator getting stuff. Like you knew like I remember for the longest time like
Uh oh.
our breakfast was like cereal and stuff like that, like oatmeal and stuff like that. Like we ain't getting no eggs and sausage and we ain't get that. That wasn't for us. Like even at the cookout, we couldn't get the hot sausage. We got hot dogs and hamburgers and
Right.
maybe a rib or like something extra. But like you was getting the basic kid shit.
Exactly. True. All I really ever got like maybe some pancakes a couple times a year, but for the most part it was cereal and you might have got lucky to get some oatmeal. I'm pretty sure, or farina. We didn't really eat oatmeal. We ate farina.
Now my mom oatmeal was trash. I mean, she had her like she had to be in like
Whoa.
no. It's like she could cook her ass off. That's like you know how people get cooking is one thing they can't do right. Like for me,
Exactly.
it's rice. Me and rice have a fight. Like it's hit or miss. Either it's gonna be just right or it's not. It's just not gonna be. It's
Right.
gonna be just right, burnt
It'll be
or a little soft.
scraping the
Like
bottom of the pipe.
yeah, like it's gonna be hit or miss for me. But if you ask me to cook anything else, I'll like you be like yo, what the hell, like you cook that. Oatmeal was not my mom's strong suit. I remember like even the couple times I had oatmeal as a adult, I despised getting the ball of uncooked, like stir your stuff,
Oh yeah,
stir it
yeah.
so I
Oh my
can get it. I
God,
don't
those
want no
little
uncooked.
hard chunks that be in there. Yeah.
Yeah, that used to not. As much as I love oatmeal, that made me hate it for a time because it was like if I can't make it or if it ain't made right, I don't want it. And then like
Right.
you grew up in the day where you had to eat whatever was cooked or you wasn't gonna eat.
Right.
So that's where you
Yep.
was at with it. But it was like I'm not about to keep eating this food that ain't cooked properly. Like I'm not doing it. So
I feel you.
Oh man.
that was my like my mom could cook some food. Her oatmeal was not it though.
Mm.
I love
And
her. That
you
rest in
can't be
peace,
good at
mom.
everything.
You can't do no oatmeal. Bless your heart.
Right. All
Mm.
right. So we got a great show lined up. We got some random topics and some trending topics as well. Trying to get all my little topic things together. I know
Did
we
we
had a
get?
bunch in
Did you see
our
everything that we was talking?
messenger.
I know there's a lot of stuff in the group chat. I said I know it was a lot of topics we put in
Yeah,
the
I was
group
just about
chat.
to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Even though it's a freestyle show, we freestyle, but we got ideas.
Exactly. You. So where do you guys want to start? I know we got a bunch in the group chat that we had.
Wherever you
Let's
want to start, I'm fine. I mean, I think all the subjects, all the ideas we had could work out no matter where we started.
Yeah, one of these
I
videos
start
I
with
can't
the
see what
elephant
the
in the
title.
room.
What?
You said
Elephant in the
political.
room.
Oh,
Um, let's start off with the Epstein thing.
who's following that? Like, y'all, I'm not following that. So you got to fresh your memory.
No,
Well, yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah. I mean,
So
yeah. This
an Epstein
definitely go over
list.
what's really going on with it right now. Yeah.
Everybody, both sides of the aisle. Well, some people from the right, the one side, all the Democrats want that list out. Some of the Republicans want that list out. It's like, what are you hiding? They
Hmm.
want to know the truth at this point. Because years ago, he said he'll release the records. Whatever's on the records, he'll release. Nah. He was like, nah, to protect the innocent. Like, dude, you haven't protected nobody. How you gonna protect the innocent now? Talking about he not releasing the names for the innocent. Like, okay, whatever. So they got people online, his followers, his cronies, are even asking for what to show us the dang on list.
Right. Yeah. I
You're muted,
mean,
Sonny.
I just said, oh,
Uh
wow, I'm
oh.
sorry. I was in the middle. I was sharing it
Oh.
to the other groups.
Oh.
Catch me while I'm doing
Oh.
yeah.
work.
So yeah. So
Sorry.
I mean,
Sorry,
I
HR.
mean, yeah. I mean, the biggest thing with this is we know why we know why they're trying to hide it. We know why he doesn't want the list to come out. I mean, it's just obvious. It's just sad because honestly, nobody cares enough to do anything about it. As much as they keep saying, "Show us the list, show us," they know what's on the list. Like, stop
That part.
asking for the list. We know what's on the list. We know what they did.
We know
We
that one
know
person.
what they're doing. Everything is so obvious, and it's stupid and sad that this is the society we live in where it doesn't matter. Um, if so long as you're rich, it doesn't matter what you do. You can do the most heinous of crimes. You can do the most ignorant things, and you could still be president of the United States, and nobody cares.
That part.
So I don't know. I just don't. I don't see any point in all this asking for the list. What's the point of the list? What y'all gonna do when y'all get the list? Y'all not gonna
Nothing.
impeach him because y'all tried to impeach him last time and did nothing about it. Like, just it what's done is done. Y'all gotta figure something else out because at this point it's a losing battle. This
They
country
just
is
wasting
on.
time at this point. Like, because you ain't doing that the
It
first time. What
is.
you trying to spend the block for? You ain't like y'all really not about to do like this is why I can't follow certain things because it's like, do I want to stress myself out and like really? And that's why I don't try not to get emotionally invested in a lot of stuff
Mhm.
that I see people get emotionally invested in because like I care to an extent, but I'm like it's just like
I just keep up with it because it's. I don't want to say entertaining.
it
It's
is probably for some
it, it's
like a
it's more
reality
of a
TV.
it's more humorous of irony humorous. Like, are you serious? And I keep it moving. Like, what's really funny is I tried to go to New York and pull up some Haitians, and they got mollywopped. Now that was funny to me. I'm sorry. You doing what? You're trying to run up on Haitians in New York.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I think the long and the short of it is that if they're gonna do anything, do it. Stop talking about it. I'm tired of hearing the talk. I'm tired of this two-party system.
Mhm.
The government's trash. It's whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think it's any point in them. Um, I was like you said, outside of them just wasting time and
yeah,
taxpayer money, more taxpayer money that they're wasting. I got a good point that was made by a YouTuber recently, and I thought it was so on point, like the so like perfect. Um, if you guys have heard of Funky Dineva, my wife watches him a lot, and
mhm.
he was talking about Well, actually, I don't know what he was talking about exactly, but it was he kind of got on the subject of um, people's beefs with the government and government spending, and it was about the how the budget the I don't know if it was about the big beautiful bill or if it was something else, but he was saying how like there's these people out here. A lot of them are middle class, some of them are upper middle class, and they got a lot of beef about how the government spends its money. And he was saying that a lot of these people have their sights on the wrong thing. They're so upset about government money going to immigrants, so much money going to people on welfare, so much money going to social programs, so much money going to sports and entertainment and things like that. And when the vast majority of the government spending is on the government and on the military, and and of course there is foreign spending that's out of control as well, but that's where the vast majority of money is at, in the military, the foreign spending, and the government spending. That thought process of thinking that just because you knock a bunch of people off of welfare, knock a bunch of people off of universal health care, and reduce Medicare, that you're saving so much money for the government, for the taxpayers, when all they're going to do is reallocate that money that they're already taking from you right to the military, right to
whatever they want to
government
spend it on.
spending, with stuff that they always spend their money on, the 80% of the money that they spend it on.
Yeah, because I
They're gonna reallocate it to ICE for some reason. How
That
you have
part
money
too.
for how you gonna have money for ICE but not for FEMA?
the
That
same
part.
way they got the same way they cutting back on a lot of these programs for our kids with disabilities. Like within the last year since since the last year or whatever, a lot of changes have been implemented, especially with Trump's administration as far as stuff like I was fortunate enough to be having programs where I didn't have to spend as much because with our babies with disabilities, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of expenses, it's a lot of everything.
Mhm.
The plus side
I
is
got
I have insurance through my job, and it's great insurance. That's one thing about my job. We have really good insurance, but the out of pocket costs, like, and he can't, and like people are fascinated when I say that he don't qualify for Social Security. He doesn't
just
qualify.
because you make too much.
Qualify. And like, what do you mean? I'm like, I make too much. My income is
Yep.
too much. But let's take an account of dealing with our kids with disabilities, like with all the stuff that we deal with outside of like the co-pays, the multiple doctor's appointments, the going to the dentist and getting a procedure done that is simple for you to go in as a I don't want to say normal, but like I guess you would say normal, but I know we don't like to use that word,
I
but
know
like a
just
quote unquote normal human being going to the taking a child to the doctors or the especially the dentist. They can't tolerate close contact. A lot of them don't really deal with close contact, so it takes
Right.
months. And I took my son to about 5 different dentists before he's at the dentist he's at now, to the point where some of the procedures he had to get early on, he had to stay at the hospital. Like he had to get it done at the hospital. There was no choice to go do it at the doctor's office where it would have been substantially cheaper. You're talking about out of cost expenses. Now, yes, you don't want to give me Social Security, but would you give like at least give me Medicaid because you know that these bills rack up. He has ABA services. I'm spending like with the new cutbacks and everything. Now it's not. They used to have like a I forget what it's called, a program where it was like some assistance for us parents that my picture some of us parents some of us parents who
Why do I look like Sonny?
right, but they like it was like some things that I could fall into a category where they could help with some of the out of pocket spending, where his ABA service was covered under that and I didn't have to pay out of pocket. So now I'm paying hundreds of dollars a month to keep that going, because if I
yep.
choose
Mm.
not to keep it
Yeah.
going, and after school programs, summer camps, stuff like that, that costs way more. Like one after school program summer camp was like 4,000 a month. No, I'm sorry, not a month, week.
I'm about to say, what the hell?
Not
Like,
A month.
not
Sonny,
a month,
what are
week.
you rich?
No, like it's 4,000 a month because all the services you need and
Mm.
stuff like that. So like these things cost. So at
Hmm.
least if the Medicaid, if he was allowed Medicaid and it covered these things for these kids, that would be
Right.
less out of pocket spending. So like you can't even get help if you're a working class citizen. You can't really get help with anything because first you're saying your income. Yeah, but I pay mortgages up, taxes are up because of a lot of things. On top of
Mm.
taxes up, I have to pay for now everything that he has done, like everything.
Right.
Keep it in
You
mind
forgot
that
the
these
most
kids,
important is food.
yeah, and like the biggest thing I crack about, I just had a conversation about child support. That's nothing. Hundred
Hmm.
something dollars a month, or at best 200, and at the best time it was like almost 300. That does nothing, and it's not to be diminishing of the other parent, but like that's nothing compared to out of pocket spending of $30 copay for specialists that he has to go see to get medicine. The medicine,
Hmm.
every time you have to pay every month,
Hmm.
not including the doctor's visits and all the other stuff you had to go to on top of the services he has at home 4 or 5 days a week, to where I had to cut it back because it was too much for me. Now it's somewhat back full time, but not really, because I can't do it full time because money prop. Like I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. So a lot of these things that we're talking about, that we're going through, especially with stuff that's directly the services in these schools, public district struggle the most to have services for our kids. So you got to send them out of district and all these things that you have to do. And
Hmm.
like it's just an outpouring of money, and like these, and then even with the IEPs, we're getting to the point where we're not even going to have IEPs. Like we already got to fight for IEPs to get stuff in IEPs, right?
Right.
Facts.
Now, and at least at some point we had some help that was covered under a particular thing umbrella under the Medicaid because they were special needs. That's all gone. Like so,
Well,
like
you
us that thank God my son goes to a special service school, because the public schools don't have the services because they can't afford them.
Right.
preach.
So like like this stuff that they cut back on, like people say it don't really matter, but like it does matter. Like when you look at it, and it's in a perspective of somebody that's actually like it's hitting to, and it's like it's back to what we talk about when we talk about health. We talk about so many other things. It doesn't matter until it matters to you.
Exactly. That part. That part. A lot of people are
Because
like, they don't think about the impact something
Are
has
you worried
until.
about
Mhm.
Kamala or following the Obama administration about people choosing to live their life however they choose to want to be? Like, yes, I don't like the titles, she, there, them, him, all this stuff. Like that stuff is drives me crazy. But at the end of the day, I understand that their rights matter, because it's one of the things that if we snatch away this, we're going to snatch away so much other. Like how easy it, like, and that's why, like, even though you don't necessarily have to agree with the lifestyle, and I'm not saying I don't agree with the lifestyle, but I'm just saying for those who don't agree with the lifestyle of the LGBTQ plus community, you understand that they're going to take away their rights, right? Because people have a right to do whatever, to be happy and love and all this like that, whatever. That's cool. I don't care, because what you do in your house ain't got nothing to do with me, right? But people care
Right.
that much that they were so hung up on voting for Commander Cheeto that you were forgetting that all the like stuff started happening. Now he was going on. He ran the campaign talking about I'm against this. We not going to do this, that, and the third. But also realizing that if he snatched that away for them, what is he coming after us?
Exactly.
Like y'all not you missing that, because one door opens, he can get one door open that people fought to like make it like make it matter, like civil rights. We fought for that. We led the way to so many other people getting their rights.
Right.
You're trying to take all that back, and people worry about, like you said, worry about the wrong things. You worried about what somebody do in their private life at home. I don't care.
Yeah.
yeah, me and
Be
Sonny are in the
happy.
same boat because I got two kids with special needs, and one kid is covered because she's adopted through the state, which that's going to
Yeah,
get probably get taken away too. The other one is we hanging on by a thread trying to get him help, and thank God that he's about to go to school next year full time.
yeah, but that's why
But
people don't look at
it's
that.
yeah, and for some reason I cannot tell by my refrigerator that we make too much money for to. I'm like
Right. Right.
I'm
Listen,
like
and I said this and I'll say it again. It doesn't matter your tax bracket. Everybody's struggling. Like whether you want to say you're not, you may not be living paycheck to paycheck, but when them bills bill, they be billing.
oh, without hesitation.
And sometimes you like if you in a two family household, it might be slightly easier for one person in one household, but at the same time, it still could be just the same. It's nobody. I feel like at this point, because I talk to people that make more than me, and they still struggling because guess what? Mortgages up, bills are up, like taxes are up. You know, all these things that's happening with us, it's going on. So like it's a lot, and it's not something that that is no, it's not something that we could say like, oh, well, Dame, you're in a better spot than me. We
Right.
all, I feel like we all at this point are in crisis. We're back in. I feel like I would be so bold to say like we're in a recession. We making money, but we're in a recession
Hmm.
because like these bills is
They
like
billing.
trying to figure stuff and balance stuff out. If you're lucky enough to do like I congratulate the people that's lucky enough to do stuff that they want to do and still figure it out and maintain their household because this man it's hard out here.
You, you know what's funny? I tried to hide money because I got two separate accounts because of my LLC. So I'm like, oh shoot, I only got this much money. Let me take this money out. So I'm thinking the bill won't pass because if you don't have enough money, they won't try to take it from me. There's no fee or nothing like that, and they still took it from me. I'm like, wait, I thought okay, whatever. So
Yeah,
now I'm $20 less than what I thought I was going to hide from the bill collectors. Like, nope, we got you.
yeah. This is
That's
real out here for people. And these laws and these things that they are doing are not
Right.
for
oh
the
don't.
benefit of us.
And then I found out I did some research. It is so much going on with that whole no tipping and that tax on tipping and stuff like that. You have to make so much money to qualify for that, and it's a deduction, not a tax break. They're going to deduct it at the end of the year. And if you want the tax break, you have to, if you're married, you have to uh, file jointly. And then if you make too much, it's a penalty from that. They take, they're going to take not as much
Hmm.
or give you as, well, not give you as much back,
What
but
came?
your percentage goes down of what the cap is, and you have to make so much. It's like I just looked it up, and this is like really weird and confusing.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna try to explain it right now because it's late
yeah,
at night, and my son decided to not let me sleep last night.
yeah.
Was sleep. Be like Willie now, just
But
not
to
sleep
answer
at
your question,
all.
really, we are worrying about the wrong thing. Well, a lot of people are worrying about the wrong thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely, definitely worried about the wrong things and turning um their anger at the wrong people, and feeling like feeling like other people in the same tax bracket as them are the problem when it's not them. It's either the government or it's some other thing that they should be turning their anger towards.
my,
Yeah,
my fun. My funniest thing, the funny thing I keep seeing is that I don't know what is his obsession with Obama. He has
they're talking
he
about Obama now.
he's talking about why is his name on Jeffrey Epstein list? Why he's getting brought up? For some reason, he's blaming Obama for that.
Oh wow,
I'm like, how
right.
this
Leave
man?
it
Okay,
to him to deflect. Believe me, he is the king of deflection.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys were talking about, your kids and everything going on. And it made me remember this topic that popped up recently. And it had me confused because I had no idea that this was a thing, that this was a controversy. And my wife was showing me a post about people being, I guess, offended and being offended by the autism puzzle piece, as well as not wanting to be associated or have any kind of um, attachment to the Autism Speaks organization. And
I heard that a couple
I
times.
wanted to get you
I
guys'
haven't.
opinion on this and thoughts on this. So apparently, because of the puzzle piece, not because of the puzzle, because of Autism Speaks organization, some people are rejecting the autism puzzle piece, and as well as saying that they're offended by it because they feel like it diminishes autistic people and it means that they're missing something, even though as far as I always thought is, and from what I've heard is that the puzzle piece was more about putting the pieces together and helping, folks be able to not only live a productive life, but also have the support. They'll put those puzzle pieces together with it to have that support and be that shining part of the community.
I think
So
I
Huh?
I heard this in, so I'm in a what's it called, Black Moms, Black Autism Moms group on Facebook. I'm in a couple of groups, but that's one of them. I get in particular. I feel
I
like
would
it's
say you send me that link, but it said moms.
yeah,
So
yeah, mom, for moms, but I feel like it's because it's like I like the group because it's so you can kind of vent and like stuff like you can say stuff to people that will understand what you're saying versus because I feel I love this, I love groups like autism groups only because you could say like my child had a bad day, they did this and this, and I don't know what to do, I'm stressed out, blah 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 blah, this and the third, without like sometimes we tell friends and loved ones and people we know, and then they take it as they don't want our kid around them because they don't know what they're going to do, not
Right.
fully grasping stuff like that. But during Autism Awareness Month, not this, was it this month? No,
next past
not this
month.
past, no, not this past April, but I believe it was before that, a little before that, they had the discussion about the Autism Speaks and the puzzle piece thing. I kind of like graze in and out of it because one of the girls came in, the way she came in, I felt like was hot. Like, you know, everybody has an opinion. You can feel strongly about something, that's perfectly fine or whatever. But I think she was upset because a lot of the parents, the moms there were like they had participated in some different autism walks. And like with the Autism Speaks walks, it's depending on where you are, it could be anywhere. It doesn't necessarily doesn't necessarily fall in the month of April. For out here, it's usually falls like in October or September kind of thing, but it doesn't fall in April. So this was before April, before the Autism Awareness Month. And she came in and she was like, well, I don't know why you guys putting the puzzle piece, blah, 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 blah. You guys are, just went on a whole rant about it. And at
Okay.
the end of the day, my take, what I said was in this chat, I'm gonna sum it up. I basically said at the end of the day, people like it's to me it's like religion. You take from it what you take from it. I take from it what I take from it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't take the negative. I know I'm new to this, but I don't take it as a negative. Like to your point, Willie, I feel like it was something to um to say that like to talk about community and putting the pieces together, but also showing that this person is unique and you have to kind of do the work to put it together to understand this each child because our autism babies are not one and the same. They do share very similar
Traits.
traits, like the stemming. Everybody doesn't stem the same way. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Different things like certain kids can't tolerate say certain things while certain kids can. So like our kids are all across the spectrum. There's so many different levels of autism that you have. Like my son doesn't really speak and communicate, but I know autism kids that can have a full on conversation and can
High
talk
functioning. Yeah.
and like was is very high on the
Talk your
spectrum where they
talk
they
your
are high,
daggone head off.
where they are high functioning. So I feel like for me, it to me it doesn't give take away or that something's missing from this child. It's me. I take the puzzle piece as a piece of this person that you have to put the puzzle together to understand them. Like
Mm-hmm.
each thing you have to they're going to like our autism babies give you the keys to understand them. It's if you hear them or understanding what like if you're willing to learn them. And once you learn them, you put that piece together, you see this unique kid in front of you, you understand them as their own individual self. So I take it as that. So while people don't necessarily support the Autism Speaks affiliation, when I first found out my son was autistic, I don't know how, but someone reached out to me from the Autism Speaks organization, as well as like the doc. I think that his doctor was affiliated with him that diagnosed him, and somebody reached out to me, and the lady that I talked to, I had been talking to her for years since my son is now 12. I had been like either 2023 is when she stepped down from Autism Speaks and took a job elsewhere in Washington. But this lady, when I tell you, she talks to me like not only just for the walks, like she talks to me about different services like that he could be provided. She gives me different information about different things. So for me, Autism Speaks, from my experience, was a good experience. I don't feel slighted. I don't feel like they weren't stepping up for my baby. But it's a lot of organizations that you could support that don't necessarily personally help you, but help our babies. Like the walk I did recently, the POAC, they do the puzzle piece as well. They don't do like the blue one like the Autism Speaks, but they have a puzzle piece as well. But and then they have their own logo because of their program. But they train first responders all over the state of New Jersey. They train first responders, police officers, on how to deal with our babies. I think that's exceptional. They offer resources. They have different events all over New Jersey for our babies to go to and stuff like that. So like it's not just us earning money for them, but they also have events that are autism friendly. And then if you call them, they're going to give you resources that you need help with certain things. Special Olympics, they're putting you in touch with everybody. And anytime
Right.
you go to an event, they have people out there to give you more information and support groups and stuff like that. So a lot of these things, people can have their own opinion, but I personally don't take it as there's something missing from them or they're not whole. I feel like the puzzle piece is symbolization of part of who they are, and once you get to know them, you have the whole puzzle.
Isn't that? But the whole puzzle thing, it doesn't bother me
Mm.
because we're all missing something. We just don't know what it is yet. It depends on how you look at it.
And I don't even like the way
Uh,
it's missing something. That like throws me. And
it's
like
just,
it's perspective for me.
yeah, because you just have to figure out your kid. What's their love language? Because it's a little bit harder for them to tell you what they want if they won't know anything at all about how they can communicate what they're needing. Um, it's harder for them. But this should go under what's the name? RFK. Um, whatever that guy, the mustard
Yeah,
looking
I'm
guy,
done.
whatever.
I'm done with you. But I feel
Yeah.
like too, they,
What?
they
No,
are
because no,
they
because
are
he
like
said,
puzzle pieces. They are like puzzle pieces because you have to take time when you do. I like puzzles. You have to take time to put them together, like not the little
yeah,
puzzles, but you have to like take time to really see the bigger picture. and like
yeah.
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
like to so I think it's one of the I mean the flags the everybody has a flag, everybody has the colors and stuff like that. I feel like that to me
They're a
I
mystery,
can't see what else it would be that would make sense to me. I think the
but
puzzle piece is one of the most
Yeah. What is
right
excellent
on.
the yeah the autism? What is it called? Autism. Oh dang! I just had the name of the group. Um, Autism Advocacy Group.
mhm,
They started with the infinity symbols. So they have the infinity, the different infinity symbols, like this one here with the
yeah
different colors. They're saying that the puzzle piece isn't used in autism acceptance because nothing's missing. They also have a gold autism symbol, which is supposed to be like for general autism, and then the rainbow one is supposed to be for neurodiversity.
see
But
and that's like it's too divisive if you like uh, that's just my opinion but I feel like it's too
well,
divisive. It's
so their stance is that they feel like it's offensive to autistic people. So my thing is, if it's autistic people that you've spoken to or that you've gotten this from, then that means these people are more high functioning, and so maybe they have a different perspective on it than somebody who may just be, in need of the support and the understanding and the acceptance, right? Because high
yeah
functioning autistic people don't really have the issues that uh, um, people have when they don't have high function, right? They
Yeah,
don't
or
go
even if
through
they
the
are high
same
functional,
struggle.
they high function, from my understanding, and like I said, I'm just speaking from what I've known, I've been around and what I've heard and things that I've read. High functioning um is what I think what they would consider high functioning. I'm gonna Google it after this, just to correct myself. But high functioning is more of the outlook of the person. Like you don't, from what how I understood it, it was you don't it's not like if you see my son you wouldn't know he's autistic. He's a high functioning non level 2 nonverbal autistic kid. That's what he was diagnosed with. So outside looking in, you would not know that he's autistic. He's not, unless you try to be social with him and interact, then you'll notice that he's not giving you eye contact. He's going to repeat stuff you say. He's not going to really engage in conversation because he can't hold a conversation.
Hmm.
He's going to be more repetitive. He's now learning. I mean, he's been learning for the last year or two to just say my name is Xavier. But like we're talking about, we want you to say your age, we want you to say your address, stuff like that. So like I
Right.
said, outside looking in, if you met my son Zay, you would not know he's autistic until I said something to you, until you try to communicate with him. And then you would either think that he's ignoring you. Most kids think what's wrong? He's not talking to me. Or as an adult, you don't know. So then I'm explaining the behaviors of either he's stimming and not really talking to you, and you're talking to him, and the people saying, "Hey, baby," and he just looking at them like, "I'm not about to say hi to you," and like so.
Mhm.
That's the way I understood high functioning is one of those things where you wouldn't be able to show. Um, oh, so okay, you may be highly emotionally sensitive, but do not know how to name your emotions. That's too. You are extremely sensitive to loud noise. My son is too. He don't
Yep.
like motorbikes. Attachment to
Oh, you
routines.
yeah.
Yeah. Strong interests and fixations. Yep. Tendency to hyper focus on stuff. Absolutely. Feeling different all your life. You might have. I see that one. You might. I don't know if they. He doesn't. I
So
don't know if he knows that he's different.
yeah, and see now this is what I'm talking about is the
Yeah.
is this is the when I was saying high function, this is what I'm talking about. People who have a good, I mean, and I don't know if you want to go back into that conversation, Dane, but I know you even mentioned a few episodes ago how you felt that that you may possibly be on the spectrum because of some of the feelings you have, and that was that feeling different of your life's feeling, right?
Yeah.
You may have some other things that fall on this list, right?
Yeah, he might because he definitely lacks social cues sometimes. I love you, Dane, but I'm just
Right. And-
Sonny, it is what it is. I understand too.
right.
and
And
and,
yeah,
it's, and understand we joke about it, but we understand that that's who Dame is, and we're not gonna be like we don't.
And if I got offended, I would let you know. Hey, can y'all
Yeah,
chill out on that? I feel some type of way, but it's actually funny. But
yeah,
I actually know what it is, so it's not
mhm.
like
yeah,
you're not being malicious about it.
yeah.
It's just it is what it is.
But
And
yeah, I
that's the
just feel
thing.
like
You have
I just feel
people
like
who to Sonny's point, you would never you would meet them and never realize that they're on the spectrum because they either they just do normal things that everybody's normally doing. They're interacting normally until there's something that you notice. Like in her son's
It
situation, it's the communication. And some people's situation, it may be just the fact that they do certain things or that they're affected by certain things. It may be just one little tiny thing, and that puts you on the spectrum, right? And
yeah,
then now you're looking at the situation with this symbol, and now you're attaching that symbol with your missing piece or your one thing that makes you different. And now it may offend you because you feel like, well, that's not a missing piece. That's just what's different about me, or that's just what's special about me. And maybe that's why they feel that way. Because I know if somebody told me you're missing something because you're not white, or you're missing something because you're not rich, or you're missing something because you don't work in a certain field, or you don't work in a certain, then I would definitely feel like if they attached the symbol to that, I would definitely be like, hey, I I,
yeah. I don't.
I'm
That's why I
offended
say
by
like
that,
I don't think that they. That's why I said I don't think that they took it as a missing thing. I think the way it's interpreted, people feel like it's like you're missing something, but
Mhm.
interpretation versus what the
But the
intention of
intention,
and was, it may not. It may be two separate things. And if you interpret it that way and you feel like you feel a certain way about it, just like if I sat here and said, um, like if somebody called me a cisgender woman, I might feel away because I'm a woman, which I'm
that's
not.
another one.
Like
Yeah,
I'm not like, and like at the end of the day, I'm a woman. Period. Like I'm not. I'm not saying like because we have at work when you sign when you can say your pronouns. I'm not saying shit. I'm a woman. Like I'm just
right.
because I feel like that's I'm not like I'm not cis anything. I'm just a woman. Period. So you want to define me as that, cool. You ain't never gonna hear me say, oh, I'm a cisgender woman. Now, listen, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. The same way I won't label myself to say this is my sexuality. I'm not doing none of that. I'm me. If you know me, I'm me. So I'm not I'm
it
not I'm not big on labels or anything like that. But I can say I'm epileptic. Now my epilepsy might be different than real normal epilepsy. I'm
I used to
epileptic
fall out.
because that's exactly what I am. But I don't sit there and broadcast that. And the epilepsy and autism are like linked in one and the same. But at the same time, there may be a symbol out for epilepsy. I don't got nothing like.
It might be a
You feel
flashing
I'm
left
not.
light.
out?
I'm not that invested.
Like a flashing light.
Yeah, I'm not that. I'm not that invested in it to be like. I don't like this sign, and I'm mad. Grr, grr.
So, so,
Like I
so,
said, and to your point, if we had if we had people, if my son then gets older and says I don't like this sign and blah blah blah, baby, like he says I don't like this puzzle piece situation. I don't like it. I'd rather do cool. I'm gonna respect that. But like I said, for me personally, I don't think that that was the intent behind it. I think
Exactly. No, it
um
wasn't.
uh interpretation is up to what you interpret it. I have not seen on any autism speaks or had any conversation that said that my baby was missing anything.
Right.
It was always they just understand things differently. They're more they're just they're very smart. They're very smart kids and adults too.
Oh, very.
They're
Yeah.
very smart and brilliant when they put their mind to stuff and just in life like they understand emotions whether or not they can explain the emotion they understand it to an extent. My son his teacher came in here a couple years back upset and sad because she had lost one of her kids. She walked in the door. She said I wasn't your baby girl was sitting there. She said, and then they walked over to me and just hugged me. She then I just started crying because he not that I'll hug you, but he walked in, looked at her, and just gave her a hug and sat with her. He didn't know like what her day was like, but he knew she came in something off, and I like so to an extent some of them understand things more than we are. I feel like
and more
they're not
empathetic.
missing something. I feel like we're missing something because we don't have what they have. Like they got to me got a superpower. They have this way about them that they look at things so differently and when way different than how we do this is why they learn a little different. This is why they do things a certain different way and they end up being even if they're autistic they still have a way of doing things and they're very highly super intelligent. Their IQ level is immaculate and
Hmm.
it's like superseding ours. So they're definitely way smarter than us. So I feel like we're missing something. We're missing
Right.
that piece
Right.
to be able to
If
understand.
anybody gonna be offended, it should be the rest of us.
Yeah. So like yeah, but okay. But
But
I don't
what?
look at it like that. Perspective is everything.
But what? But why is everybody always upset about something and outraged about something? How come they just say, you know what? My preference. I don't like this. I think we should do something else. How come it's like I'm
And
mad?
your
We need to
organization
change
do
it.
whatever you want.
Yeah,
Right.
just
Start your own organization. Go start
You
your
don't
own
have to do the
symbol. Go
puzzle
do your
you know
piece.
own
what?
thing. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna start a new symbol just for Sunny and her organization for epileptic seizures. We'll get a flashing light.
No. I'm, Dave is an
I'm
asshole. This is why we miss social cues.
Right.
But you
Right.
know what? I suffer from epileptic seizures myself growing up.
Mm.
So it's man, those head traumas are really something else. That's probably why I act the way I am because I got
Nah,
epileptic seizures.
don't blame that on the
And,
seizures.
no, epileptic seizures. I fell
Right.
out and got
Right.
autism, or vice versa. I'm just all over the spectrum. Just
Don't blame that on the seizures. They ain't had you just been that way your whole life.
you just been yellow. I
I
love you
had him.
too.
I had him since I was a baby. So
Right. Right. So
How many
he
times
there
ain't,
have
you
you
he ain't
dropped
go.
them?
mad if he get dropped on his head. So
How many
what are
times
Hey,
you
y'all?
drop them?
hey, yo, I'm done.
All right, so I got another trending topic. I just want to touch on this real quick, just a quick little conversation about this one because a little bit beyond what the actual topic is, but just to start, I don't know if you guys heard about the recent trending topic of Jay Z being forced to
Take a paternity
respond,
test finally.
yeah, to take the paternity test for Raymir, and so it's been going around about this,
He been
and
blocking that thing for years.
yeah, and if you're not familiar, Jay Z has been the subject of basically he's called it decades of harassment from a young man named Raymir who claims to be his biological son from a relationship, a unrequited relationship that Jay Z had, 30, I think 30, maybe 35 years ago, and he's harassed and petitioned and pushed and now taken to court Jay Z over this situation in order to get or prove or legitimize
Legitimize.
his paternity. And now a judge has ruled in his favor and said that Jay Z has to respond. I mean, I don't know if this date that's on this meme from 50 Cent is correct, but if it is, it's saying by July 18th, which is the end of this week. Um, but just want to get you guys' thoughts on this, like just the effort that this young man has put into, trying to legitimize his paternity as well as going after a celebrity like Jay Z. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this effort? I mean, outside of the accomplishment of this, but like what do you think his ultimate goal is, and what do you think his motivation is in this?
I think he's trying to find out who his dad is, and it's been a long time coming. And I feel like whether or not Jay Z ends up being his dad, if he is his dad, it's just a sad thing because this was years long in the making. You could have got this done immediately and been done with it, sir. Like
Hmm.
I don't, and that's one thing I don't like about some fathers. If you ever have a question of paternity, right, and you don't know if a
Hmm.
kid is actually yours or somebody is saying that you are their child's father, the quicker you are done with it and handle it, the less bothered you will be. I feel like
Hmm.
Jay Z signed up for this, and it was just a waste of his time, waste of courts, because you've been going to court with this boy for years
Right.
just to say that you're not his dad and you won't take a test. You know how easy it is to take a test and be done.
Right. Yeah, that
Like,
part.
because that's and you could have did that privately. Like, it wasn't. If you had done it back then, it would have been private and done. But it's just and for me when you do that because like personal experience and like I said I dealt with this before. My daughter dad did it, held it off for 7 years. He could have got it done when he first met her because he was
Hmm.
away. He came back and I was like, here's the baby, let's go get a Dana. He was like, oh, let's go to Maury. I'm like, I'm not doing Maury, but we can go get a Dana. I'll pay for it, and if it come back she's yours. When it comes back that she's yours, I'll give I just want my money back. You delayed it for 7 years, and he said I missed 7 years of her life. You chose to. Like, cause
Right.
you could have got this done when I said so, like back when she was a baby, and now
Hmm.
you wait till she's 7, and to the court snatch your money for you to be like, oh, I don't think she mine. We could have did this yonder, but I feel like, and what he did, he waited for the inevitable. What happened? You are the father. You knew it, and I feel like if he is the father, it's gonna be like you knew it. This is why you fought this man because you ain't wanted to come out for whatever reason. I don't even give a goddamn. But like you could have got done if you're not his kid, if you're not his dad, you could have proved this so many years ago. Why? Why does it? And that's why I think the courts was just in saying, yeah, you're gonna make him take the test because get it over with. Y'all in court for years,
Hmm.
wasting money. Just get it done. It's they Swab. We could have been on Morty with this. You could have been in Gary. You could have been on paternity court.
Right.
Could have
Right.
just because you're a rich man. You could have got it done privately and found out if this your child, and then just been a deadbeat from there on.
Well, and that's the thing is that's my question about it. Well, go ahead, Damon. It looked like you had a comment. Go ahead. I'll let you talk before I go into my
It's
process.
annoying. It's annoying because how long he been doing this? This gentleman, and trying to get.
Well, it's been at least a little over 10 years in the courts, but this was even before this. I think it's been at least 25 years. Not 25. I take that back. It's been at least maybe it's been a little over 15 years that he's been going after Jay Z about this.
Because I'm looking at the dates. Um, 2008 is when he married Beyonce.
Hmm.
So if he's not hiding anything, if it shouldn't be an issue with Beyonce. Like, of course, he had relationships before Beyonce, and they got together. So that shouldn't be an issue if he's worried about that. It's I understand you want to protect your legacy. You want to protect his empire, his money that he's building up at the time.
But you wasting
Hmm.
money.
You're wasting more money and people's time. You should have had him. If you want to really know if I'm your father, you will sign this NDA,
Hmm.
and whatever happens, um, we'll move on from there, and we'll discuss it that way. This just drug it out for no reason, and just reminds me of another NBA player who did the same thing, but his stuff was illegal. I mean, that might be another reason why Jay Z doesn't want to get out. How old is his mother with Jay Z?
Hmm.
Because there's a lot of celebrities who
I think they said
have.
she was like I don't know.
She
They
was
said
16.
they
It's
said she was
according
underage.
to Vibe. According to Vibe, she was 16 in
How
1992.
how old was
Um,
Jay Z?
he would have been 20.
That could be a reason why.
But that's even more reason to get it done. Hush, hush. Find this is your child
Yes,
and be done with it.
yeah. But it's a lot. Like Carmelo had illegitimate kids when he was in college, and
Like when you ducking like that, you know that child yours.
the child is and the girl that he got pregnant was 13.
Oh
No,
shoot! Wow.
oh yeah, Carmelo's a scumbag.
Yeah.
But then he denied the kid. Like, in fact, one of his kids was a WNBA player. Her last name is Ford. I
He
can't
was
remember the
trash.
first name. Yeah. Then he also had a son that played in the NFL for the Buffalo Bills. He said that it's too late for him to have a relationship with him. When he found out the son, like it's too late for that now. It's like, wait, you knock up a teenager, and now he just wants to know you as a father, and you say it's too late to have a relationship.
Yeah,
It's
people
like
weird.
it's like
Well,
scum. Like,
yeah,
go ahead.
I didn't think about the age of the mother situation because I didn't realize that was a part of the situation was that she was 16. I knew that it was like when they were younger. I knew that this was 30 years ago. But I never thought about the age situation. So he was in fact 23 years old in 1992. So 23 and a 16-year-old, yeah, that's probably not a good look.
And illegal in certain states.
1992, yeah, 1992, we're talking that had to be 4 years, maybe 5 years before he became Jay Z, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, so there's that also that other problem there. But I think the thing that I was thinking about it from the standpoint I was thinking, I mean, now I'm like, dang, that's a good point. But I was thinking about it from that standpoint of like, what are you trying to gain? Like, what's the real gain from this? Because you're not going to form a relationship with a reclusive billionaire and his reclusive billionaire wife. You're not going to meet Beyonce because you got a DNA test. Sorry, that's not happening. You're not going to become part of the family. They're not going to be inviting you to
But if he been doing this for
cookouts.
so long, it was before her, right? He been
Yeah.
doing this for so long, and that's why I can't say for me. It's nothing to do with his celebrity or his nothing like that. This boy been trying to do it for a minute. For a
Well, Jay Z was Jay
minute.
Z when he tried to do this. Jay Z was already rich, famous, and everything when this happened.
It might
So
just be closure. He
that part I'm still skeptical on. You don't bring this up when you turn
Unless he
21,
just found
22.
out.
Yeah, no, he hadn't just found out. He had known before. But to your point, that's the thing. This also was only made public 10 years ago. It wasn't something we knew about because Jay-Z claims he's been harassing him for 2 decades. That's 20 years, right? So we're talking this goes back to 2005. Still Jay-Z was rich and famous,
But
but he was
harassing
also
how? Asking you to take a DNA test? I
well,
think you're my
that part,
dad.
right? That part, because at that point, we're talking, he could have had a relationship because the boy would have been 11 years old, right? So at 11 years old, yeah, you missed 11 years of his life, but you also had an opportunity to change things, right? To make things different. Now, do you want to do that in a space where you're at the height of your career as a superstar, entertainer, and all that kind of stuff? Maybe not, because now you're looking at it from a standpoint of like how does this look for me? How does this affect what I'm doing, how I'm doing it?
That's
Is this
selfish.
person out for money? I mean, there's so many nuances to that. Like you said, he could have ended it back then with a simple let's do this DNA test or whatever. But he also I'm sure was trying to protect his assets in the state by not having to worry about that or not having to do anything about that. So if this is indeed something that's been going on for 20 years, I can see how that was something that he tried to cover up and tried to keep pushed to the side. But now at 30, like, yeah, the kid needs to just chill. Is that's it? What are you going to accomplish now from a retired rapper
I think just
who's no
wanting to
longer going to
know.
be affected by this?
I
Because
think other than wanting to
obviously in
know, I can't see
2025,
anything else.
nobody goes to jail or gets in trouble for sex with a minor. It just doesn't happen. You can become president. So now he's cleaning up.
Mm. Shots
Now he
fired.
That's just
Now
that.
he
That
can
was a
be
whole. That was a whole. He shot. He caught a stray immediately. No, but
caught
I
a
just feel
baby
like
with
I
his
feel like and
whole
that's why I
gun.
say like I don't look at it as motive because for him to have done this for so long and spending the money he was spending, I think it has less. I think that shows less of us a money grab because if I think if Jay Z wanted to silence him, he could have offered him a certain amount of money and the boy would have left him alone, right?
True,
But
true.
I think the core fight of this, you're fighting taking a DNA test, and this boy is saying that you're my dad. That my mom said you're my dad, and I'm just like whatever he brought it to you, he wants to know. That's been the core. Like he ain't asked it because he could have asked for money, he could have asked for back child support. I don't know what all he asked for, but I know he's been asking for a DNA test for a very long time. And you just been like, nah, I'm not taking no DNA test. You suing him because you don't want you feel like he harassing you, and all that boy wants to know is, are you my dad? Are you my dad? Are you my dad? And at the end of the day, like I said, if you felt like it was a money grab or whatever case may be, he could have said Jay Z could have offered him some money, offered an NDA, and he like, no, I just want to know if you're my dad. Like, because he could have, we don't know, he could have offered him money to go away and sign his NDA and leave me the hell alone and not
So,
give you nothing.
Can
But
I play devil's
the
advocate?
fact that he's been
oh
trying to get this paternity test for so long, it's like I think that's the core of the thing. I want to know, are
yeah,
you my dad?
I do have a comment for that, but let's go ahead and take Dame because I have a memory of the backstory on that. Go ahead, Dame.
Okay.
I want to play devil's advocate just a little bit. Now, what if he wants to play the long game and he proves that he is Jay Z's son and he's just cynical? I'm I'm just thinking that way
Hmm.
that he can get more from it from knowing that that is his father when something happens to him.
He got to put him
Um,
in the
f-
will and say he getting something. That
well,
boy,
no, it
he
doesn't have to be it because actually I'm going through this right now with some family members of putting wills together and stuff like that, helping out with that part. Legally, you can somebody can fight to a certain portion to get something that wasn't left in the will. Like the will is one thing, but legalization for something else, like insurance money and stuff like that, that's totally separate. So he can take them to court and get something, even though if Jay Z leaves him out the will.
Yeah, but I think that's gonna be a hard thing because the way Jay Z and them do with them kids and how they got them kids wrapped up and everything, and they gonna
Yeah,
get like their names. I think Jay Z is has not became the man he is without being just being stupid and not dotting
Exactly,
every T
no,
and crossing every I. So even if
yeah,
that boy was trying to get
exactly,
something, he's not.
exactly.
He is if he get anything, it's gonna be if he gets anything by being his kid, it's not gonna be much. And at this point, like
yeah,
to Willie's point, he's retired. When anybody, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and I was just about to say the same thing, Sonny. Is like we talking about rich people. We're not talking about our
regular
cousins,
Joe
Thousandaires.
our
Schmo,
cousins and
yeah.
our
Uh,
aunties and uncles
Wait,
here, that are just trying to make sure things are taken care of properly. We talking about people who strategic about their money, who know how to find the right people to get the job done when it comes to keeping their assets and their estates protected.
and
Sometimes it doesn't go
lawyers.
100% correct, but they definitely can put the pieces in place. And we're talking about now from a guy who was probably worth five, maybe $10 million at that time when he first went after him, to a guy that's worth $1 billion by
Yeah,
himself. His wife is worth almost $1 billion, if not over $1 billion.
Over.
These people aren't playing. They don't they,
yeah.
they don't
He
they don't
he
have
been
a
filing
will is the least
lawsuits against
a
this
will
boy.
is the least of your concern with that, because between trust, companies, assets that they push into other people's name, all the things that they can do, I don't think that that's something that he can play the long game on. I'd like the idea, because that's probably what he might have thought at that time when it was like it's just Jay Z the rapper. But Sean Carter the businessman, give it up. I
No,
don't
he.
see.
Yeah,
I,
his lawyers got lawyers.
I was saying earlier, I think the other thing is the initial approach was a money grab. The initial approach, what I recall from the news articles back then when they first started reporting this, like maybe 10 years ago, was that he did come to him basically saying either acknowledge you're my father, or I put this out here, and you gonna have to pay me money and all this other kind of stuff. He basically was trying to extort.
Blackmail.
Yeah, he was trying to blackmail and extort Jay Z at the time. The time before that, I believe, was like Jay Z kind of brought out, like he's basically trying to extort me, trying to blackmail me for years, and now he's, I called his bluff, said, do it, and now he's done it and put the information out there, and that's when it started going through the court. So I think that this whole thing stems from the fact that he tried to money grab him at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that could be it. But like, I don't think he's gonna. Even if he find out Jay Z's dad, he's not gonna get no money. And like I said, if at this point he know he can't get no money from him, the only thing he can get is vindication to say you are in fact my dad. And then it's gonna be like, well, damn, like you waited that long, he could have got it done back how many years ago and got it done. Like I said, I still stand on. If you don't think somebody is your child, you need to get that Dana test ASAP. Like, don't prolong it, shit like that. Because if I don't know if New York is like New Jersey, but if he was a minor, his mom could have put you on child support, and you could have never show up to court and said that ain't my baby, and they gonna snatch your money anyway. And
Yeah.
you, and on top of that, you make substantially more than her. So they not taking what her income is; they taking some of your income. So like if the mom want to do that, that's why I said I think she may have told him after he was an adult already, because not much she could do. Because maybe she signed the NDA at some point. I don't know. And then just told her son like this: you want to know who your dad is? Your dad is so and so. And now the son
Right.
like this. I want you to acknowledge me, right or wrong. Like I said, people come if he like the money grab at the beginning, cool. But at the end of the day, like you done did all this, so you got to show and prove. So now you got the court saying you got to get the Dana. So y'all get the Dana. After that, it's
So
gonna
we're gonna
prove whether or
see.
not you was really standing on business with what your mom said. And because as far as I know, I don't think the mom ever said nothing, right?
She passed a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. So it's that. Like she probably told him and was like, "This your dad," and then
Yeah, I believe he had said that she had told him when he was maybe like just before 10 or something like that, if I recall correctly.
mhm.
So he's like known for most of his childhood that, or at least that's her stance is that that they were that he was Jay-Z's son, that kind of thing. But the him going after Jay-Z, I believe, was just his idea. I don't think she was involved in that.
Yeah,
His boys probably hyped him up. Man, you do look like Jay Z, man. You should do it.
yeah. I just at this point, I feel like as much as I heard about it, I need to know. I feel like I've been in like I don't know the relationship. I just want to know it's just a child. Like it's like when you go on Facebook and somebody trying to say somebody baby dad, and there's a back and forth about who not, and people ain't showing up to the baby shower, and then you finally get the DNA. You like, oh, yo, she was out here
Right.
wilding. Like I just wanna know. I'm not invested, but I do want to know. Because like
Right.
this was, and only I know because it is how long it was. The process is like it couldn't have been, didn't have to be this long.
Right. Definitely didn't have
So
to be
like I
this
said,
long.
I'm not gonna be surprised if he is a dad. I'm not gonna be surprised if he's not. But if he is a dad, it's like it makes my point valid. I feel like you waited so long because you knew, and I feel
Right.
like that with anybody is anyway. If you really believe, if a man really believes a child ain't his, and he really ain't trying to be on no type of bullshit, he gonna get that test done ASAP. And the fact that
No,
you delay it is that you know it's yours, and you just don't want to face the reality because what you don't know won't hurt you.
but
So
if
yeah,
there's any
so
doubt,
this kind of
if
this
there's
kind of
any
goes.
doubt, I'm not doing it. I mean, I'm doing it to relieve doubt. Like I don't need to have this on my conscience for the rest of my life. Like wondering if I got a kid out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, so this article here looks like it kind of supports like what just do that. Supports a little bit of both of the things you guys are saying, saying that he had support from his godmother, his mother, and he says his entire family to fight for legitimizing his paternity. Says that his mother left a video recording of her version of events before she passed away in 2016. And in the clip, she shared her support for her son to ascertain the connection to the rapper through a paternity test. And then the godmother gave a new angle of the story, sharing that the rapper was hesitant to clear his name and do the rest because Wanda was a minor when they had sex. So yeah.
But it'd be like anybody else who had a kid when they were coming up. Just I mean, statute of limitations is I think it's over with now. It's nothing you can really do. I'm not sure what the statute of limitations is with that.
that's just a pattern because like we talk about the people he dated, it's a pattern.
Yeah.
All it is,
Yeah.
but like to Willie's point, they're not going to jail for this stuff. They can do what they want, and that's fine. Even our president. Because how old was he when they met Beyonce? They had a whole conversation about when they met.
30. He was 30. I just looked at it too.
And
She
she was
was 19
no, she
when they
wasn't.
met.
But she said because she said in the interview,
Oh no,
I
no.
think she was
When they
18 or
started date,
16.
no, when they
No,
started dating, they were 19. Well, she was 19.
allegedly.
Uh,
Yeah. I'm
That's what I'm
just
doing.
saying from her own lips because they had a whole thing about that when she was basically on an interview and she said we met when blah 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 and then we started.
16.
Yeah, girl, you said it and we heard you and now you're trying to take it back just like the beginning fake pregnancy, but we're not gonna go there. We're gonna let that go.
You know what I'm really mad about is I cannot think about Destiny's Child without thinking about them when they looked like they were all high during the interview. Like, what kind of animal would you be? I'd be a cheetah. I was just like,
Mm-mm.
Right.
I'm
Yeah, apparently they
yeah.
met. They met when she was 18 and started dating when she was 19, and then got married when
Allegedly,
she was 27. So
allegedly, that's so cute. I like the when they tell lies like that, but okay.
It's just
uh,
That's that's like if we believe that, we gonna believe that R. Kelly did not marry Aaliyah, even though we got documentation. Like we just
uh,
emotional damage.
the same way he didn't pull that girl, it wasn't him. We saw it. Like this, we gonna act like we don't know.
hey, I really don't care.
Whitney never smoked crack because
Them
crack is
people,
whack.
been
All of that.
married for them people been married longer than most people. So I don't even care. I'm not even about to worry about it.
No,
And
I don't care either. But I'm just
yeah,
like my thing is like the fact that I don't care. But it's just like to me, it's a big thing to insult my intelligence. Like it's just like
That's your pet peeve. I
you
see.
said it, and then you said it and you took it back and you go like, oh, I ain't say that. No, we gonna doctor this and like this and the third and say different.
right.
Like man, like why you
I,
like you ain't even got because at the end of the day you ain't got to lie because who am I that you got to lie to? I guess I'm not that important. I'm really not that important that you need to lie to me.
Well,
But like I'm
and that's
sorry, I'm as a
yeah.
grown person. Like I the same way I apply that to these people, I apply it to real life people. Don't come to me and
Mhm.
tell me some bullshit like I've been looking at my friends. You tell me some shit. I'm like, bitch, you know that I know you like in life.
I can see you.
Like you
Right,
like
right.
bro,
I can
like
see you.
you might as
Don't
like
you
get
know I
on
can
out of
see,
here.
we
Like
can see you.
like legit, like really? Oh, so you gonna sit there in my face and tell me some bullshit? My sister, I love her to death. She tell me something. I'm looking at her like, oh, didn't you just say blah blah blah? Oh no, because all right, so we gonna have one of no moments. All right, I love you though. I love you. You over lying ass motherfucker. Just lying for no reason. What bill I pay of yours that you got to lie to me? None.
That's a good. I guess that's a good point. That's a good point. I didn't think about it like that, but
That's
also,
what like,
yeah,
and that's why I say it and I be annoyed, but I don't be mad. I be more annoyed of it because it's like you really gonna sit here and tell that bullshit lie to
yeah.
me? Like you could have just told me the truth because I don't even care, but I care that you sat here and told me this bullshit ass lie.
No,
Now the
the
Marion thing, that one was not a Marion. Is it? No,
Uh,
Marcus
Mario.
Houston. Marcus
Oh,
Houston. That
Marcus
one
Houston,
was
he ain't.
that one.
Well,
That one did. I gotta admit that one did kind of like
I
make
just
me go
posted that, and
like
I just
what?
posted something in the join the conversation group about 40-year-olds should not be dating 20-year-olds, and like
Right.
the girl was
yeah,
talking
you
about
did.
it
Yeah, I saw
after.
that.
Like, what is the only thing? No, because I the same way I feel about dudes shouldn't be doing that. I feel like women shouldn't be doing it. But
Mhm.
Leave Sonny out. Leave Cher out of this.
but like this is how I feel. Like, and it doesn't make no difference if it's a male or a female. I just don't.
Right.
It doesn't
Right.
make sense to me. The math don't math to me. But if
So,
you like it, I love it. I feel like if you do that, you are a predator or somebody that likes to groom people because they don't know
so
no better. What 20-year-old got their head on their shoulders that know better and know they we got kids. Willie, you got kids, 20-year-olds. Some of them, yes, they got together, but some
Yeah, my daughter just turned
relationship,
21, so yeah.
but relationship wise, they ain't got together.
Mhm.
wait.
They have a
Oh
good stand,
God,
good people, but they be out here doing other stuff.
she just turned
No, I
21.
didn't say. I didn't
The
say that
movement said
they
so.
were dating.
20-year-olds are too stupid to date.
No, I didn't say that they were too stupid to date. I feel like they should not be dating a 40-year-old person because
Yeah,
I feel
and I
like they
think
should not be
that's
dating
the
a
and I think
40-year-old
that's
person
the
because
question.
they're not on the same level as that 40-year-old. They don't have the same likes and interests. You can like certain music stuff like that, but like meat and potatoes, no, that don't work for me.
Like
I don't.
life, your life experiences changes and molds
So
you.
this
If you
person
get
is
with
taking
somebody
it
that,
as an
Yeah, they
exact.
said should we change the age of consent to 21
It's
then?
not it's not an exact age that I'm talking about.
uh,
I'm talking
no,
about if
it's
you got a 20-year-old daughter that is now telling you her boyfriend is 43. You gonna be cool with that or no? You not about to be cool with that. Like
It's
that's how I feel.
life.
Like, same way for my son. He's not. If he walk in and tell me he's marrying, he's dating a girl that's 40 something years old, and he's 21 or 22 or whatever the case may be. I'm not gonna be cool with that. Like you're not dating someone my age and telling me that this is my daughter right now is 23. There's no way she can walk in my house and I'm gonna be okay with her saying she dates somebody my age. No, I'm not saying you're stupid. I feel like that's just not the age bracket in which you should be dating. He's like that's not cool.
Sonny's saying it's not recommended.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And if you are a grown man telling me that you want your daughter to be dating a 40-year-old man at the age of 20 or any early 20s or late 20s, and you cool with that, then I find you problematic, and that's cool. I understand that.
So Movement said, I wouldn't care because my daughter wouldn't be an idiot. I'm sure she could handle it.
Okay, well that's fine for you, not mine or not
Yeah.
my
I mean,
son.
I personally have, dated older
I did too.
most of my life, and I definitely um, saw that there was a level of maturity that I was at that made that appealing to that older woman. I don't think that it made it 100% okay, but I
Hmm.
definitely didn't see it as like me being stupid or them being
Well, I didn't mean to say
predatory.
that they're being stupid.
And
I just don't feel like they're.
no, I'm saying I'm just saying like so to Movement's point, like if it's them doing something that's not ideal, or even from a predatory, like when you said that person may be grooming or may be predatory. And I don't think I've ever encountered a situation where I felt it was predatory. I have seen situations, especially with people who go after people who have less maturity
Experience. Yes, world
outside of, and
experience.
experience, especially less experience outside of age, and they're preying on them because they believe that they can either control them or that they can manipulate them into being what they want them to be. I've seen that a lot. We've seen
Yeah.
that all over the place.
I've dated somebody.
And I think that
I
can
was
happen
20
at
years old
any age,
dating a
really,
40 something year
honestly.
old man too.
Yeah, I mean,
I did it too.
I know of a couple right now that are only a few years apart, but the one person has way less experience in life, way less experience in relationships, and the other one is taking advantage of that and basically manipulating the relationship. Um,
You leave me out of this. Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I
Well, yeah,
don't. So I think
yeah.
I think it's a maturity level for sure. I mean, age. Like you said,
No.
as a parent and the parent of a person that can be in that situation, I definitely don't want my daughter to come in here and say that they should or that they could be either dating and definitely not marrying somebody that's 20, 30, 40 years their senior. I definitely wouldn't like it. I definitely wouldn't recommend it. I definitely wouldn't see it as like, I would definitely see it as fairly problematic until I understand what's going on. And I still don't think I would be okay with it 100%. I
Yeah.
think I think um, uh, at some point that they could be, what's the word, misguided in love, or clouded judgment, things like that. And that's how I think I would look at it to begin with. Um, you know, they're an adult though, and if that's where they're gonna go, I'm not going to not support them from one standpoint, not the relationship 100% if that's not okay with me, but I definitely think I would try to still be like a system of support for my child. But yeah,
Yeah, no, I would
that's
be
a hard one.
supportive too. I
Oh,
would
so they
support.
actually asked, the movement asks, do you think every large age gap relationship is
No, that because
predatory?
that's not what I said. So I'm very mindful of what I said, and what I said was if your child is 20 years old or under, so I'm talking about 18 to 20. I would even go so far to say it's 25, 26. Dating somebody that is 40 and up, I find that problematic. I find it predatory, especially when they're younger, because like what point do you find them sexy? Because like you talk about some people, I've heard people say they met people at 19 and they found like this person was like you watched them because I've heard this a lot. I watched you grow up. and now you think I'm sexy. That's weird to me. And like coming from a female, and I've heard people that I looked at like father figures that I grew up with, people that I consider like not necessarily a father figure, but like somebody that was like a positive person in my life that was looking out for me in the neighborhood and stuff. And then you turn around and say to me, "Oh, I thought you were always pretty growing up. I watched you since you were growing up. You sexy as hell now." That's weird. That's predatory to me. That's weird because like at what
it,
point was
it
I sexy? Because you watched me grow up as a kid, and now that's like me seeing somebody I know son, like my friends' sons who are now 20 something years old, like my daughter, and saying I watched you grow up. You sexy as hell now. That's weird. So, and that's
it was a we
because I know them, but at the same time, I can't see myself going out somewhere and seeing somebody's 23-year-old child and saying they're sexy. I'll say he's handsome, he's cute, but like I'm not like, damn, that boy's sexy. Yeah, oh, that. And he growed up, sure, nice and fine. Like that's weird. Like we talked about this on the podcast when Smooth was on about protecting our boys because we got people calling our son's boyfriend at age baby, or and
Right.
that's weird as fuck. So like those things could be considered to like looking back on it now. Yes, we don't look at people as women as predators, but sometimes they are. And I feel like I said, I'm not saying it's just strictly men. I'm not saying it's strictly women. I'm saying both under the table. Period.
we talked about
If you're 40 plus years old dating somebody 20 something or even younger than that, I find that problematic. And as far as my kids are concerned,
we,
I'll love you deaf. I'm not going to not be there for you, not like that. But like, I would not want you dating somebody my age or older, talking about you in love. No, I'm sorry. I'm no,
yeah, because we actually, I remember that episode. I was just going to bring that
not
up
doing it.
that
And like,
that
to each his own. That's cool for you. If that's what you want your daughter in life and you okay with it, fine. I'm not judging you. That works for you. It don't work for me.
yeah that
Don't work for
I
my daughter.
remember.
That don't work for my son.
Yeah, I remember that episode when we was talking about with Smooth, and I was just thinking about that before you Sonny brought it up. That we
Yeah.
actually had that we actually had that actually topic come up on social media about this guy marrying, I guess, his best friend's daughter after he was there for basically since she was 5 or 6. Like, what? That's weird. I
Woody
mean,
Allen, didn't he marry
and
his maid?
No, he wasn't
yeah,
married. He
Oh
no,
married
no,
his daughter. He married
his
his
daughter.
adopted daughter. His adopted
yeah.
Like,
daughter.
and I don't
See,
care if you know the person or not, or if you knew the person or not. It's just weird. Like,
no,
what do you find
and
attractive about a 20-year-old? Like, I mean, other than their looks, what do you find? I don't know.
but no, because
They're not
I'm thinking to
experiencing any
myself,
experience and not be locked
Yeah,
down by some old ass person.
let's let Dame finish real quick. So, cause
yeah,
we got
because I'm thinking in my head like if I ever did that and Will has the right to just stab me in my forehead, like, cause I don't like when do you see them? Cause I'm just all over the place because I've been like uncle or been part of the family since they were born. Like I see them as extended family members. Like I would knock a guy out for them. I'll be there for them. And for me to go from being part of the family to being part of the family, that's just weird. That's
yeah.
ancestral to me. That's on that
Yeah,
level.
yeah. I mean, I think that's the thing is a lot of people do share that perspective of it of like looking at it from the odd concept of like you watch this person grow up as a child and now you're finding them attractive as an adult. I think that the hard thing to quantify for a lot of people is that transition. And so movement was asking, I'm not talking about a creepy dude, as a kid. I'm asking about in general, two adults, 40, 140, 120 meet on Tinder, start dating, are all or most of them predatory. And I don't think that everybody sees it as all, but I think that they definitely see it as most. I personally mostly think that, not to say that I don't think it's predatory, but I definitely think it's manipulative. It's
Yeah,
Mm.
manipulative.
that's where I'm at with it. And maybe I use predatory as the wrong.
Yeah,
Predatory is the
but
word in
it's
some instances,
manipulative.
but manipulative definitely.
Yeah, it's manipulative either from the standpoint of the older person trying to either control or raise up this person as into
Groom.
what they want them to be in a relationship because the experience is different, right? Or vice versa, the manipulation could be from the younger person taking advantage of the older person because of what that person has established. You see that a lot. I watch a show on Snapchat all the time called Love Don't Judge. And a lot of the people on there have these age gap relationships, and a lot of the time it's that they get the pushback. It's because either they're seeing this older person trying to control this younger person, or on the other side, they see a lot of these younger people, mostly a lot of younger women, going after these older men, trying to get their money.
Yeah.
That's what they either see, or that's what they think they see. And I've seen a lot of lovely looking relationships on there that are age gap. They seem like they're happy. They seem like they're in a relationship, a loving relationship. And I think that their families eventually get used to it, especially if they see things the way that that couple sees it. I just actually met a guy recently that's going through that, where his dad is like in his 60s and his new stepmom is in her 30s, and the guy is only like 35 or 38, something like that. And so he was struggling with that with his dad. He felt like this woman could be after his money, this woman could be doing this, that, his dad could just be going through a midlife crisis, whatever the case may be. So I think everybody has their take and their perspective until they can see the relationship for either what it is or what it is.
Yeah.
Anna Nicole Smith.
Sugar daddies. That's all that is.
Yeah, yeah.
Sugar babies and sugar daddies.
I don't
Sugar
understand the
mamas and
comment
sugar
distinction without a difference. Are you saying that the distinction between predatory and not, or something else?
and manipulative.
But yeah,
That's
there's definitely a difference between predatory and manipulation, because manipulation, predatory, well, at least without from the perspective I'm talking about, predatory being like that creepy person just trying to basically create this fantasy. That's the predatory nature I'm talking about. The From a manipulation, and so I guess I can see your point, movement, is that yeah, manipulation could be predatory too, because you could be preying on somebody for the need to control them, or for the need to get financial gain from them, or whatever the case may be. So I see your point, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about, is the predatory nature of being basically, I guess, from a sexual standpoint, or from a fantasy standpoint, creating this fetish situation versus
Or
in a manipulation thing, where it's more like you're trying to create. I'm seeing it from the point of you're trying to create the relationship you want by. I don't want to use the word grooming, but basically by forming this person into this lump of clay. And I was told that by a woman one time, that I was young and I was somebody she could teach
and
and,
mold.
and mold and get me to know how to be and it was like, really, ma'am, what is you doing?
Like
So
like I said, I've dated somebody like when I was 20 years old, and like this is why I say this with like that's why I stand firm on what I said, because
yeah,
I dated somebody when I was 20 and they were 40 plus. I had
right,
no business with that person. Absolutely no
right,
business with that person. Didn't know nothing about nothing, really, just getting my feet wet in the water, like didn't really know too much. Learned a lot, but like it was like I wasn't mentally, like he didn't treat me bad because, he was older than me, took care of me and stuff like that. He wasn't like a bad person, right? But
mhm,
I just felt like looking back on that, it was an extreme lack of balance in that
mhm,
situation.
definitely,
And my mom was very upset about it, and I didn't understand why. And it took me for years later to like really sit and think about that, and how the balance wasn't balancing out in that relationship.
right,
And
but
looking
uh,
at it, I'm not going to say that he manipulated me or nothing like that, whatever. But he did take me out of my comfort zone, as far as like showing me different things and stuff like that, whatever. But like,
mhm.
I don't think I was prepared for a lot of stuff,
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure, yeah,
And I didn't know how to emotionally handle things because I wasn't where I needed to be. Like now, a 40-year-old me, I'm somewhat better than I was, definitely better than I was 20. So it was
right,
a lot of unproductiveness of that situation. But like that's why I
a-
said, for me, I've experienced it.
yeah,
anybody
And it wasn't bad, but I've known people that experienced bad. So even in the level I experienced it, I don't want that for neither one of my children, my son or my daughter.
anybody can be manipulated, no matter how big the age gap. But experience is more on your side if you have the wits and know-how to
yeah,
mold or manipulate the younger person.
Yeah.
But the younger person, they can manipulate the situation as well to a person who is much older than them, not just because not through they probably feel a need that the older person doesn't have. Like
Like daddy issues, the
they
big
probably
thing.
feel it. They probably feel an
Mommy
issue.
issues.
Um, I mentioned Anna Nicole Smith. I'm not sure how that old rich man got with Anna Nicole Smith.
Because he was rich.
He probably huh, what
So because he
was
was
that?
rich, that's why he got with
He
her.
was rich. I
You know,
mean,
he was rich, but what did she bring to the table?
She was
Her
young.
you
He was young and she was sexy. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he feel
Sorry, Sonny. She was
I
a
think
sexy. She was a sexy 25-year-old, 28-year-old, whatever she was.
yeah,
yeah,
she felt the need for him because he wanted to be with that, and they
Right.
kind of fed off each other. Like she was
he liked it. He
poor, like she was poor, he was rich. He wanted to be with somebody beautiful and lovely.
Yeah.
Man, that
So I just want to answer Movement's question real quick because we got to wrap this up.
Yeah,
So do you think closer age relationships are void or manipulation
no.
or have void of
I don't think
manipulation or
anybody
have
would
less
answer
of
that
it?
question.
Nobody believes that. Nobody
I don't
thinks.
think. Yeah,
I
I don't
think
think
I think
nobody
it's
believes that.
more.
So
I think
that's not even.
they're more manipulative
Yeah,
and more predatory when the age is closer.
yeah. So
Mm,
Um,
yeah, I don't think
and
anybody
I
would
also
would
think that
say.
from the worst, coming out worse. I'm sure Sunny didn't feel like she came out worse, but you definitely realize at some point, right, Sunny, that you realize at some point that you were lacking something that was probably
experience.
would have been important in that relationship to make that relationship better. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I think both of it was experience for Sonny. From my
Oh
perspective,
yeah,
from what you
yeah.
just
I
told
think
me, because
maturity and
she got
experience go a long way in
it was
all
maturity and
relationships.
experience. I was a young kid and like and to be introduced to things that I didn't know anything about, didn't fully grasp things, like missed missed the ball. And I thought it was cute, at my age then, not I thought it was cute or whatever. And it's just like looking back on it now, it was just like, bitch, you was crazy.
Right, right, right.
Like it was,
Well, we appreciate the comments movement. Thank you so much for
yeah,
engaging with us. Thank you for make sure you like, follow, share, subscribe. We always have these great conversations. We definitely would love to have you comment more as well as keep us on our toes. And everybody else that's watching, make sure you do that. Always feel free to comment. We love hearing from our audience. We always love to engage, answer your questions
Jamie.
and have
shout out to
these
Jamie.
strong conversations about it. You can also have these same conversations and more over at the Join the Conversation group on Facebook.com/groups/GFT. Join the conversation. Make sure you do that. Also, make sure you get over to our Creator Spring account at gftradio.creator-spring.com where you can get apparel, accessories, you can get mugs, cups, you can get all kinds of things. We have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, things like that. So make sure you get over there and get that. Get you some t-shirts because it's hot out here. And then make sure you get over to gftradioshow.com for all of our socials, all of our links, and links to the Join the Conversation group as well as to our apparel and accessory shop. So make sure you guys do that. Listen free on demand, 24/7, all your favorite spots, all your favorite places, free video replays as well on YouTube, Facebook, and on Twitch. And Sunny, tell the folks where they can find you.
Y'all can find me everywhere. So I am Sunny underscore D, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads. I'll be on Threads. TikTok, I try to post. I do day 5. I didn't do it, so I do it tomorrow. Day 5 of the to 2K challenge. And visit me on my blog, unreservedlyme.com.
Appreciate you. Dame?
Que paso? You can find me at Another Level Up on Instagram, Shinlo21 on Xbox, and something else. I'll remember later.
All right. Make sure you guys catch up with them. And it's your boy Willie Styles in the
You don't
building.
even
Get
know.
Whoa.
at
You
me
don't know what it
I'm
is.
tired. Get
He's
at
on the
me
spectrum,
everywhere
guys.
on IG and Twitter over at Willie Styles and on Threads as well. Willie.Styles on Snapchat and TikTok. Visit me over at stylesradio.com for all the hot tracks that I'm listening to. WillieStyles.info for all my links. Make sure you get at
Oh,
me.
Shinlo21 on Twitch. That's what it was.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Hit the blur. We don't pay attention to him. Let me play.
Just blurting out
Yeah,
stuff.
Willie messed up. Willie messed up on his intro, outro. So he's on the spectrum.
I never mess up. I never fail.
You're on the spectrum too.
All right. Make sure y'all get at us. Hit us up on the links. hit us up in the group chat. Like, share, subscribe. We'll catch y'all later.
Yo, it's your boy Dame here.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D.
Yo, it's your boy Smooth from the GFT Radio Network.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building.
Join us Mondays at 10 p.m. live on Twitch, YouTube, and our Facebook. And if you miss us, don't worry. You can catch it on our website, gftradioshow.com. And if you feel like talking to us every day, join our Facebook group.
At Join the Conversation, the group where you can discuss all kinds of topics.
Catch me also, Fans Perspective, Dope Sports Show. Holla at your boy.
You can cop some merchandise over at our store, teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. You can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, masks, and even more.
Next time on GFT Radio, what are we talking about? Join the conversation to find out.
Make sure you get at us on GFTRadioshow.com for all of our audio and video playbacks, as well as links to all of our social media sites.